Hello! In this video I want to go into detail on how you can get the most results in game and success more long term, okay? I think we get caught up in looking short term and wanting everything to work right now. The reason I say this is I have a lot of wings and friends who they're more focused on getting the number, getting the date and that sort of thing rather than long term success. And what's interesting is, what I found with myself is when I'm more focused on long term, and when I say long term, I mean more so maybe happiness. Because the reality is, even when I record these videos, I have to focus on the energy I bring, the presence, and whether you might enjoy this or not. It's not so much the words I say, but whether this kind of resonates with you. I have to be in that headspace that, I'm not needing everything to work. Because when you need something to work, what tends to happen is you push it away. And the reason this happens is because it's very hard to put into words, but basically the more you need something, the more you push it away. Because say in relation to dating, what happens when you go up to a girl like, hey, how you doing? And you're in that energetic state, like you want it to work and you're trying to do whatever it takes to get the number, is the girl's kind of like, holy shit, calm down. And because you're giving this very reactive vibe, you're needing the approval, you're needing it to work with the girl. So what happens is the girl's like freaked out and like pushed away by you. So we want to come from that headspace where we're not so dependent on the outcome and we don't need it to happen like right now, in the moment. We're not going out just to get a girlfriend. If I have a girlfriend, then I can stop this game thing and I can just chill and be on my own with this girl and stop going out all the time. I'm getting sick of this. If my game was really good, if I just learned the techniques, have my social skills like really good right now, everything would be fine. I think I myself fell into that trap of like I just want it to be just good. But really, that's a lesson in of itself, because it's a reminder, like when you're in that state, when you need it, it's a problem because you don't want to be so dependent on the outcome. You don't want to derive your happiness, whether your social skills are good, whether you've got the girl, whether any of these external circumstances are perfect. You don't want to derive your happiness on those things. I think there is a healthy, in some degree you want to derive how you're going and your progression on those things, whether you're meeting your goals or whatever, but happiness, look, when you're in school, you go, in high school I'll be older, I'll be more mature, things will be cool, I'll be doing what the cool kids do, and then you're like, in high school you're like, this work sucks, I have to do all this studying, and then you go, in uni, I'm going to be doing what I like, it'll be fun, and then you're like, in uni, you're like, oh my god, there's so much homework, and then in the career, you're like, once I become an engineer, it'll be great because I'll be doing what I like and I'll be getting money. And then once you're doing engineering, you're like, now I have to get up in the morning at 6 a.m., right? Every day. So, and same with dating. Once you get the number, oh my god, now I have to think of the text to send her, now I'm going to make sure it works. Once you're in the relationship, now I have to make sure she doesn't stop liking me for no reason, I've got to maintain the attraction. There's all these issues that come into play. It doesn't really end. So, I suppose in terms of having long-term success in your dating life, we have to be more in line with the present. And what that means, I wasn't trying to pray there, I think that looked kind of too cringe. I'm sorry about that. But I mean more present as in present right now. I've already messed up this video. Okay, so the way I like to think about it is it's good to be on the physical plane, the physical dimension, whatever you want to call it. So we're reaching the milestones, we're trying to get what we want. But the problem if we're solely looking for the social skill or for the girl or for the number or whatever it is to make us happy, when we're always looking into some future circumstance or the house or the money or whatever it is, we're never really in the moment. We can never really enjoy texting the girl, we can never really enjoy the relationship, we can never really enjoy the successes and just take a second to relax. It's always the next thing. And this is a trick of the mind. It's really a lesson to tell you that you have to be more in line with the journey. And the truth is, once you start to understand this concept of presence and being in the moment and the ability to let go, instead of being on this physical plane of always projecting and looking for some future milestone or goal to complete, you can, in a way, like somewhat ascend as well. I do think like working in the social skills, there's already a degree of, you're gaining self-awareness, and you're becoming more connected to yourself and other people because of that, because you're becoming more, you have the understanding of attraction dynamics and power dynamics and how to set boundaries and that sort of thing. I think that's great. I think there's ascension in that. But I think still, like, I think we get caught up in wanting the night to go well, needing the approval, wanting to get the number and all these things. It's very hard to enjoy the moment and just enjoy it for what it is. Like what I would tell you is, imagine going out to a club and not needing anything to work. You don't need the girl to like you. You can just do whatever you want. And maybe you'll have, at the end of the night, you're promised that maybe you'll go home with the girl, or the desired outcome is, the numbers, you'll get it. So what would you do in that, between getting that at the end and now you've just got time to lose? In the perfect reality, if you had no fear, you'd just be vibing with people, just trying to make people laugh, having fun with your friends, and just relaxing, just really just letting loose. But the paradox is, when you're able to let go, often the outcome that you wanted actually comes, because you're not so attached to it. Because what you're not attached to tends to come. You manifest it. It just becomes a part of your reality. And the reason that is because when you're in that light, carefree mode, people become attracted to you because they can sense that you don't need anything from them. And this is what I started learning towards the end of my journey, and not the end, I'm always on the journey, but I'm saying more so, I feel like in terms of social skills, I'm still improving, I'm still learning, of course, but it was really kind of the peak of like, oh my, this is it, like this detachment, this letting go and being in the moment and being just there, like that's really should be the goal. And I realized at the end, like this is where I should have been trying to head the whole time. Because a lot of the time I was fixated on the number or getting the result or making sure it's coming across attractive, whereas I probably should have been more focused on just letting go and being in the moment. Because I realize now, when I'm not fixated on the outcome and I have these mindsets like everything I say is of value, I don't have to, not every girl has to like me, I can just vibe, I can just relax. What has happened is, the outcome you wanted actually comes because you're not so needy for it. But you do want to get to the level where you don't even care about the outcome. Like in the perfect reality, you don't even care if you went home with a girl, you don't even care if you got the number. Because the more detached you are, the more present you can be. Really, a lot of the fear and the neediness and like wanting to have, be alpha and attractive and all those things is coming from a place of neediness and desperation and attachment. So if we can let go and be in the moment, that's the optimal goal. And that's what I learned towards later on in my progression in terms of going out and learning social skills, was the ability to let go. And that is where, like, it's almost like my journey was like this for a year, and then around the 2-year mark, and I do credit this to a massive credit to Owen Cook, owner of Real Social Dynamics. You're going to notice a lot of my videos on my channel are going to be like very similar to his. Like I think what he says is very subtle. Like the truth about like social dynamics is very subtle, and we get I think myself I got sidetracked in the journey of learning the technical side, like all the DHV and compliance, momentum, sexualizing, all these little technical things. But the problem there is you have to have everything perfect, and really it doesn't end. If you got to get the storytelling perfect, to have the perfect storytelling, you got to, how many stories does it take to be perfect at storytelling? It doesn't really end. There's no end, right? But with the letting go stuff, you can, when you're detached, it's like there is somewhat like an end in a way, but at the same time it's always the journey continues, because I think letting go is a lifelong journey. A journey like the ascension as well as the physical. It takes years and years and years to do this, but really with these mindsets and these new states of being that we can access just by letting go and really training the mind, we can, you'll be surprised. So anyway, yeah, my journey was almost like, and it just, at the very start when I just started learning, it was like a massive spike, but I would start to plateau because I was doing the same thing again and again. I was pushing the goalpost further and further, learning the more technical side. I'd already understood, like, yeah, girls like guys, you know, you can take a girl home on the first night, like, whoa, you know, be sexual, you know, be flirty. Like, you know, the structure, I understood it, and I think most guys do. It doesn't take years to master that stuff. You just have to have an intuition and understanding that what's possible. But then, from there, you want to learn the ability of being able to let go. And instead of trying to get all those outcomes and milestones reached, kind of let go and allow them to happen. And it's very much easier said than done, but I suppose when you start to understand that, that's where, you know, like starters, you learn all the structure stuff, you implement that, like whoosh. But then I started to plateau for about a year, because I was learning the same thing again and again, because I saw results initially, but, you know, they say, Tyler says, Brandon Lane, what got you here might not get you there. So really, I think later on in the journey, what got you to having the results was the technical side, understanding, you know, how to be funny, how to be flirty. But the problem there is you're probably more forced. You're trying to be funny, you're trying to be attractive. So then, you know, that vehicle got you there, did that ability, and you're getting results there. But then the later you have to let go and be in the moment, and you know, then you're catching a new vehicle and it's taking to the final destination. But it's a lifelong journey. But again, you can speed up this process just by, you know, researching into this, reading books like Letting Go, I've got here, and Power vs. Force by David R. Hawkins. This was amazing. The stuff they teach in this, like when you're coming from a place of power instead of force, like force is almost like the technical side, like you need it to happen. You're saying this thing so you come across attractive. I think it's beautiful, like it's a good start, but I think there are paradigms to this, and what got you to that stage where you're getting results, it won't get you to the place of power, and the place where you're coming from power is the ability to let go and just be in the moment. Okay, so, and then when you can be in the moment and just relaxed, now you're coming from a place of power and non-neediness, so then you can get even more results, and now you're just manifesting what you want pretty simply because you're not so dependent on it. So yeah, that's the lifelong journey, and when you commit, you can really get these epic results towards the end, I think, because I keep saying end. There is no end, but there is in a sense when I keep saying end because I feel like I'm pretty good with my social skills now, because once you've let go, right? You can't let go times 20. It doesn't really work like that. But yeah, I'm still learning, of course, but I say, like, I don't know, I'm just being defensive now, I suppose, but I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got something out of this. Yes, I'm waiting, I'm chilling here because I got videos there. Check out the videos, yes, and subscribe. I'm probably pointing the wrong way, but there's 2 videos and a subscribe button, so thank you. Share.